I believe that it can be considered, first of all, as a prize of how a team races and manages a championship. It can be a prize also for the drivers, and also pushes. It can be another push for drivers, first of all, to be more competitive in other series like in ELMS and ALMS, and also becomes it becomes both uh, a showground for drivers and teams that maybe are not yet at the point to be called by constructors uh, to be factory team material or factory driver material, but they can show that they are fast enough to be at that level.
Books.
In this lap. Hello everyone and welcome back to Behind the Pits. I am Alessandro.
And I am Matteo.
And away for, I believe, 2 weeks. And we have some stuff to talk about. Quite some stuff to talk about. And yeah, we had everything between IMSA, WEC, NASCAR, NLS, and more. And so, yeah, I believe that the first thing that would be correct to say is, of course, that we are extremely sad about what happened in NLS 3, unfortunately, last week, 2 weeks ago. And yeah, that's the unfortunate part of racing. Unfortunately, that's part of this wonderful sport, and especially shows these happenings. Luckily, are are stuff that happens way less and less every time, but it's always a tragedy, and it always shows how dangerous of a sport this is, and how especially the Nürburgring can be unforgiving. And yeah, um, it was quite a hit, quite unexpected, and yeah. But I believe that uh, no one, especially Yuta, didn't want us to cry about this, because I believe that what happened to him doing what he loved. So I believe that we also should move on, remember him, but still move on, because luckily we have so much to talk about, so much that we could see, and there was so many races happening.
Yeah. It's still a sad hit, and I can't imagine Jimmy, who was first at the scene when the wreck happened, and all of the other drivers who passed that corner in the following minutes before the red flag.
Yeah.
So, as you said, we should move on and always remember him by talking about racing and doing racing. So let's talk about what also happened during that weekend with the Imola 6 hours WC is back.
Finally, I would say.
Yeah, finally. And we have surprises, we have some confirmations, and yeah, you start because you were supposed to be at the track, but you chose not to go.
No, I did. It wasn't I chose not to go. It was more a matter of fact that because of stuff that I had to do, I couldn't go, and I'm not happy about it, because still, yes, of course, I'm a very big Ferrari fan, but still, it was a very interesting race. It was an awesome race. Still, being Imola and so a track where is extremely difficult to pass. It is not randomly called the Monaco of endurance racing in this period. And yeah, the I believe that it showed a lot what you can do when with the uh, with the tokens, especially Toyota showed
Yeah.
us. We saw how a well prepared project can start with an extremely strong basis, differently, unfortunately, from Aston Martin, with the Genesis car that showed how you do a proper racing program from scratch with a hypercar. And yeah, we could see also the debut of Cassidy, very interesting with the Peugeot and very multi-class style. And we saw how a very prepared team can take a car in a completely new championship for them, like Garage 59 did, and almost win a
Yeah.
race, not because of their fault.
Yeah, I was really heartbroken when I saw the images pan to the number 10 car and being suddenly stopped in the start finish straight. I wished they really would have won that race because they were on fire. The whole crew was on fire. Antares Au uh, qualifying really strongly to put the car in Hyperpole. He wasn't a P1 in the Q1 session, but I think he did a really strong qualifying. Um, and then Thomas Flaming just doing his thing in a McLaren as per usual. We've seen him a lot in GT World Challenge with the I believe he's in the silver car if I'm not mistaken. Challenge and
I will check right now.
just take the car to pole position, which unlike every other racetrack, I think a top five uh, position uh, in Imola is where you should aim for.
Oh, he's in the gold car.
Oh, it's in the gold car. So
Yeah, they
yeah,
Garage 59 in GT World has a pro car and a gold car.
they don't have a silver car anymore.
Not this year, because
Yeah,
I remember yes that they had the 158, I believe, or the give me a second, or the 188, but no, not this year.
strange. Well, um,
That's like
so yeah, another strong surprise I must add is Peter Dempsey coming in to replace the unfortunate broken my goat. Uh, uh, oh my god, no! Why am I my
you
goat?
know your goat.
No, I'm forgetting his name. No, what the fuck? Why? Why is this happening to me? Uh, Ben
In what
Keating. There
car?
you go. There you go. There you go. In the
Okay,
number 30,
okay,
I remember everything part of the name.
okay.
Uh, holy, that was scary. I'm never going to do that again. I'm really sorry, but yeah, unfortunately, Ben Keating suffered an injury during a biking incident, and unfortunately couldn't be. I think he was present in Imola, but he couldn't race. So Peter Dempsey, which quite a few times during the race I mistakenly called him Patrick Dempsey, which I mean is not the same car but still the same class. Since
Yeah.
he has a Le Mans podium,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm really surprising putting the car P1 for the qualifying one to
Mhm.
go into Hyperpole, and yeah, really strong showing for him. I would say not so much from the other guys, uh, but yeah, one thing I was really shocked was what happened to Thomas Floor. Like I've never seen that
Yeah.
man going so slow. It I was
Yeah.
surprised.
It
I
was.
was surprised to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah, especially because we are used to still seeing very good bronze drivers in basically every car. Because also, if we take other race cars, Ian James is very fast, or the winner. We have Stefano Gattuso that is incredible. Another a great job was done by McIntosh in the 69, which who helped a lot with the win. I mean, it was almost it felt like uh, the team principal of the team decided, okay, I'm gonna race this race. Like it was really unexpected, and I believe they will be doing some testings in the days before Spa, and I hope so. And then I believe, and what I would do if I was AF Corse is that probably I would ask Thomas to step away from the driving part of the car and take someone else, because you can't you can't risk to lose the championship or have very bad results just because you need to keep a certain driver. And yeah, it was really unexpected, also because we saw how good the Ferrari was actually in Imola. Rovera did an incredible. Rovera and Castellacci and Mann did some incredible laps, and I believe that they were also in the podium position at a certain point, if I remember correctly. But still, you can't have such kind of an handicap as a driver. You need to find. It's okay to have the these kind of drivers for the. I'm sorry, for the.
For the budget.
For the yeah, and for the budget and for the LMGT3s,
Uh,
but still, as a team, you want to find someone that is on pace, at least with the silver drivers, or yeah, or even better, like Ben Keating is, but couldn't show it for obvious reasons. Ian James, or also Antaresau, and Gattuso. I mean, also Yashar Sain, Shaheen. I mean, the whole grid is extremely competitive, but it really felt like, yes, Thomas was came from a completely another category. Like, he decided to start racing last year. He did a Ferrari Challenge, and then decided to go to the world champion, to the WEC. So yeah, I really hope for him that he gets back on pace, because I remember him from last year that he is a very good driver and very fast. But yeah, I believe that the AF Corse should start to think and understand what to do with him in the in the near future.
I mean, it's I think it has been more than I think he has been there even with the GTE era of WC, and I think this is the first time that I've seen him really struggle with the car. He wasn't on pace on quali. He was really not on pace on race day. So yeah, I hope this was just a fluke, and like he was ill and couldn't manage uh, to properly
Yeah,
race
I
that weekend. But
I
I
can confirm you just very briefly. I can confirm you that he did start race. Just the start race in 2017 with um with the AF Corse. So yeah, no, with the Spirit of Race. Excuse me.
yeah
That was by AF Corse in the LMGT AM class. So not even an easy class. So yeah. And also, he raced a lot in the European Le Mans series. He always raced with the highest possible GT class that permitted him to race. So yeah, and he always been attached to Ferrari.
yeah
So
also
yeah,
because he owns VistaJet and it's like one of the main sponsor for
he
AF
is. I
Corse.
mean, he is the main sponsor. It's not random that it's called the Vista A, of course.
Yeah. So let's talk about hypercars and what a sh-
Absolutely.
what a showing in qualifying. And I
Yeah.
thought for a second that Peugeot were given the BOP favor, and then I was completely silenced on race day, unfortunately. Uh, Great showing by Alpine, but it's already been confirmed that at the end of the season they will leave. And yeah, it's been a kind of a sad trend because to
Yes, that's the EV trend,
but mostly
unfortunately.
because for each manufacturer we get into the sport, we are going to lose one manufacturer. Last year it was Porsche with Genesis. This year it's Alpine with McLaren and Ford, hoping nobody else pulls out.
Yeah.
So maybe next year, the year in 2028, we will get, I don't know, Peugeot will leave for another three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the is that also Peugeot is not. I hope they're not leaving. I mean, because the it was so nice the idea that we could arrive to a certain point where we could have basically the GT3 to be uh, maybe the GT3 in the World Championship, something like that, and then to have the proper hypercar class with all the manufacturers that there could be, with maybe a continuation of the Isotta Fraschini project, and then all the others with uh, Porsche, uh, of course Alpine, maybe Acura joining, and all the ones that are joining in. So yeah, Ford, McLaren, and the one that is way less talked about, Mercedes program, but it's still an idea and everything. And yeah, we could have seen something at the same level of the old era of the Group C, and maybe with this many constructors we could have seen also more private teams like like a Proton, Jota, AF Corse with the third car, and other stuff like that. Because probably in a condition like that, I believe that a certain Verstappen Racing could have arrived to look for the 24 hour, especially. So yeah.
Yeah. So funny you talk about Takara joining because it has been confirmed as well that Akira will not be a part of IMSA anymore from the end of this season as well with
And
Akira
the same with Porsche.
and with Porsche. Yes, they. I think they just upgraded the car. Didn't they just send a Joker?
Yeah, and interesting part is why, especially they're not going to race next year. That's because they will be fully focused on Formula E. Because they will not have just one team.
They will have
They will
two.
have two. Yeah,
Yep.
it's at the same time sad and interesting in this scene. So we had recently also, yes, the datas from the latest testing sessions, and the some other stuff about the new generation, the Gen 4 of Formula E, and I believe is the best Formula E after Gen 1. I believe is the best Formula E's that that we're getting.
Yeah, it's uh still kind of a scratch in my head kind of move from Porsche because
Mhm.
if it would have been Audi and Porsche in Formula E, then yeah, I would have said okay, they are. That's why they are not competing anymore in IMSA and how it's called in IMSA and WC. But it's only two. I mean, it's two Porsche teams. I I don't know. It's why do we
Yeah.
have any information if like I don't know Proton is still or JDC is still going to be an entry with the Porsches
Oh
or
yeah. Proton and JDC Miller. Yes, of course. It's
yeah
the Penske team that will not race, and they will not work on improving the car, I believe. And yeah, that's also because what you find out when you hear in the voices inside the paddock is that basically all these projects, all the hypercar projects especially, beside a few of them are run, and also the development is an investment by the private teams, like it was iron linked with Lamborghini.
yeah that was really known.
It is Penske with Porsche, and yeah, is only they're not the no, there are a few projects that are actually in-house interests, like it is of course Genesis, like it is Ferrari,
Must have been
BMW,
LMH.
Peugeot, and Alpine. Yeah, yeah, the LMH. Yeah, exactly. Since they were thought to compete, especially if not only in the World Endurance Championship, and so go for Le Mans, which it is one of those races that basically you win on Sunday and you sell on Monday.
Yeah,
So yeah, even more than other championships like IMSA.
yeah. It's well now it IMSA will just become a mostly a Cadillac Cup because that's the only manufacturers that it's left with a really good. competition. Actually, no, wait. There's still BMW, but yeah, maybe next year with WRT having more knowledge on the uh, on the Evo upgrade, we could see something. But like for
Mhm.
now, most of the teams are runs Cadillac. I believe there are four, 3 or 4 teams. Actually, maybe only 3 teams, and I'm mistaking everything.
Mhm. Where, excuse me, I wasn't really following you.
On IMSA. So I think it's Whelan and the two Wayne Taylor Racing.
In IMSA,
I don't know if there's
the,
one more,
the
but
Cadillac teams this specific year, we have
two
one
Wayne
and
Taylor.
two. Yes, Cadillac and Wayne Taylor, exactly.
Then there's Whelan. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to be only BMW versus Cadillac because, well, Aston Martin is not.
Well, maybe Aston Martin will find a way to move up. And what I actually believe is that some personnel of the Penske and of the Porsche Penske that is more tied to Porsche than Penske might be transferred to JDC and to Proton. I
Hope,
have this belief.
hopefully, so we can get
Uh,
a. I hope also because this year they don't have the upgraded version of the car,
yeah,
both of them. So hopefully we can get an Evo version into in the and be competitive.
exactly.
Then hopefully the hopefully maybe Genesis as well could join Insta. I don't know if there have been talks about it yet. I think
Mhm.
Ford in 2028 are joining Insta, and I don't know if McLaren are going to do it at all.
Yeah. I mean, no, McLaren, I believe that thanks to Zach Brown, IndyCar, and everything, might be more prone to actually joining IMSA. Uh, but yeah, also them maybe in 2028 or 2029. I believe that they want to gather some datas and to start to be competitive in the WEC first, and then go to IMSA since is more complicated because of the more races that they have and kind of sprint race like
Yeah,
races that we see. Like we
uh,
will see actually this weekend in no, not this weekend, sorry, and next
next
weekend. Yes, this
no
weekend.
this weekend.
Uh,
Yeah,
this weekend, yes, uh,
Laguna.
in Laguna Seca,
Yeah,
and it will be very nice because we have I believe the best classes of racing because the LMP2s are sort of going slightly down in driving standards and in expectations of performance. Beside just a few teams like Inter Europol, TDS, and United Autosports, and
yeah,
yeah, and also
and AO.
our AO Racing, yeah. Yeah, but beside that, unfortunately, it's feeling like it's becoming more uh, like a training series for maybe both drivers and team members.
Yeah, to maybe go to an hypercar
Yeah, because
Still,
for
yeah.
example, we have JDC Miller also having a team. We have AF Corsa USA, where you can take data and how you practice stuff. You can bring it to the hypercar. So yeah, I believe that it has to be kind of revived or fixed or changed.
I think there is a new Oreca. I don't know if it's totally a new LMP2 or just a chassis that Oreca are bringing next year
Yeah,
for the
and
LMP2.
actually, yes, and I heard around, I believe 1 or 2 months ago, that there was the wish from the FIA to rewrite the rules of LMP2 racing regulations in order to have more manufacturers interested, and I believe that already Ligier and Ginetta were kind of interested, and we might see something also um,
Dallara?
Dallara and maybe also Dominique. Uh, so yeah,
Duquesne, no Dominic.
yeah, Duquesne. I'm really
Duquesne, yeah.
sorry. Also because since they have their own team in ELMS, having their team as a factory team, as like a factory team, as an official team with their own card too, would be, I believe, would be awesome for them and would be quite perfect.
Yeah. Hopefully, they won't. To be honest, for me, I think uh, they should do something ELMS but worldwide,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe with only 6 hour races. Uh, and I don't know. I might be going for an unpopular opinion, but maybe not bring LMP2s to Le Mans if they do these changes to the, like, make the new team join with chassis and stuff like this.
I do not agree with you actually about it because I believe that it can be considered first of all as a prize of how a team races and manages a championship. It can be a prize also for the drivers, and also pushes. It can be another push for drivers first of all to be more competitive in other series like in ELMS and ALMS, and also becomes a it becomes both uh, a showground for drivers and teams that maybe are not yet at the point to be called by constructors um, uh, to be factory team material or factory driver material, but they can show that they are fast enough to be at that level. And and also the track is big enough to host that many cars and also another category of cars. So I believe that it is the main part because like in Nürburgring in the 24 hour and the NLS you have so many categories. You don't want, of course, to have that in Le Mans, but you can have another slower prototype class, I believe. And yeah, I think that it is just great and normal to have it.
Bring back the NASCAR at Le Mans, please. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, 1 second,
Oh,
because
one
I can
last
tell
thing.
you that. No, you got me thinking about the NASCAR. That when I went to the Lara, I believe 2 months ago, um, I saw in their museum they had the NASCAR that races in Le Mans, and it is tiny. I expected it to be way bigger uh, uh, than what it actually is, and it is way tinier, and it's crazy how they could climb out and in from the car. So yeah, it was a crazy project, and also just looking at the car staying still, you can see how crazy of a project that is.
Yeah, I believe around the time that you went to the Lara, I watched the documentary on Prime that's been out.
Hmm.
And yeah, it just amazed me how they could do everything and how all of the project went out. Uh, I think uh, manufacturers or like I don't know racing series or I don't know should do more stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know in 2028 bring a V8 supercars to them.
that's
That
yeah, something like that. Or you know what would be? It would be as interesting as well as probably risky for the series, but maybe to have a GT 500 also try to race at Le Mans.
as well as GT 500. I remember days when the Delta Wing
Yeah,
went there.
that was a crazy project. It was interesting, but also crazy. And the main problem was the front grip and the fact that you couldn't see it. Like it crashed twice because the car didn't see that it was there, basically.
Unfortunately, that was before my time that I discovered I could watch things in streaming. So unfortunately, I couldn't enjoy the Delta Wing nor the front front wheel drive LMP1.
Nissan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from Nissan still.
yeah, that
Actually,
was just heavy, very heavy.
maybe another front wheel drive LMH. Maybe it could be back in discussion. You know, let's do it. Me and you. Let's talk to
Oh,
Dallara.
oh yeah, we could try. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Uh,
Mhm.
what did we miss in these 2 weeks? So we
We
can
also had yeah.
NLS 4. We can talk about it.
Oh yeah, another of course a less tragedy thing that won't happen in NLS 3, but still can be considered for the team a tragedy for the number 3 car.
Yeah, I think ever since Verstappen to the number 3 from Daniel, he's been suffering from the same kind of how can I say it?
Unluck.
Unluck that he has suffered in the later stages of his career.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was practically the number 3 car suffered a splitter. What did they suffer from? The splitter basically broken.
yeah.
Uh,
Was it because of a contact or
to be honest, I don't know because I didn't see and then as for because I was watching the WC and I
Mhm.
was fully focused on that.
Yes, I also don't know why it happened.
But
So
I
yeah,
was
we are too.
yeah I was looking from time to time at the live timing and I saw Verstappen in first, and then a few hours later, I checked again, and then I saw our plummeted down in like uh in 26th position or something like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, unfortunately for them, they had to repair the car obviously, and then sent out Lucas Hauer, and apparently, uh, Christopher Russell and Max Verstappen went it again in the Nürburgring this time.
Yeah, I also saw some clips of the racing, the wonderful racing that they had, and yeah, it was. I rewatched it, and I'm so happy I did it. It was just awesome to watch that. So yeah, it is crazy. It was a crazy good fight.
Uh, so then IMSA happened,
Yes,
and
indeed.
in in the in the night of Saturday, and I must say that Cadillac were really strong. And then I don't know what happened. Somehow, somewhere, Acura came on top from having pole position, leading a few chunk of the race, and
Hmm.
and then getting overtaken by Cadillac.
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy how Cadillac could overtake. I mean, it did. It felt. It really felt like, as you said, that, especially from the performances, the Acura was basically almost unbeatable. So yeah, it was a almost a cold shower, of course for them, but also for us as spectators. We didn't expect anything like that.
Yeah, and Lexus proving once again, as well as in Imola, until both of the cars decided uh, to say, I don't want to race anymore. Please bring the
Yeah,
Toyota as fast as possible. But yeah, Lexus is still really strong, winning in IMSA. They were running P2 and P3 in Imola. Whilst I mean the the McLaren was doing its job and like
yeah,
was setting the pace. So if that is the trend, I can't wait for the new Toyota GR.
yeah. I also I'm waiting a lot. It looks from what came out from the simulator. Also, drivers are happy. It feels like it's very similar in how it drives to the current Mercedes, the AMG Evo, and it apparently that one and the I'm sorry, and the new and also the new Mercedes AMG will be very similar, and we could also see that from the pictures that came out of how the two cars are so close in their lines between each other.
Yeah, and Porsche were really strong too. Both the 2025, 2026, I'm sorry, Porsche Penske and
Hmm.
the 2025 spec version with Proton. Uh, I Proton were going for a really strong position, then kind of fell out at the end. Uh,
Hmm.
but great strategy, great car under their hands, and they managed to do a pretty strong result, even with a lot of the accident happening around them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now let's keep forward to this weekend when DTM is finally back,
Absolutely.
and
Finally.
you have to talk more here because I didn't know they removed DTM from live streaming on YouTube, and I unfortunately
Okay. They
didn't
did
watch it.
that. They were kind of very bad people, just to say a acceptable word, because they did that. I believe in like halfway through last year, at least for Italy. I I don't know why. Still, they they gave some very interesting racing because it was a weekend full of both. We had expected and unexpected results, and we saw once again. I believe DTM is one of the with the GT World Challenge Sprint are the two series that show the most how from a day to the other a car can change the performance so quickly. And the
Yeah,
first example, I believe that it can be Thomas Preining, that had a great P3 in qualifying one, and then went on winning the race in
race one,
like yes, exactly, race one.
but
Race
then
two,
yeah, race two
for
wasn't.
qualifying had bad qualifying and just went down to P13. So yeah, it's it was very unexpected as especially as a race two for the Porsche, because in race one Porsches had a good start, were looking interesting, and still had a good performance, and race two they just went off because the best Porsche in race two was, I
Not the great.
believe,
Only one
it was
Porsche.
Bastian Bus, really, and in the top 10, and then we had
Yeah,
Ricardo Feller in P12 in front of Thomas.
Thomas.
And also we had in race one we had the crash for Door
Bendor, yes.
Bendor, yeah. Was a hit from behind from Engsler. So yeah, it was for from Feller, sorry, and it was like a very cheeky move, not the greatest move, but still it showed how good the Porsche was in that race, because they were in very good positions, and yeah, it was. It's crazy how the difference between race one and race two again,
Yeah,
and at the same time, we could see the super pace that the Mercedes
yeah. I
especially
was just
had
gonna
during the whole
say that.
weekend.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was just gonna say that the Mercedes were the only consistent team in in both races, as expected. Uh, both of the teams did a really good job on setting up the car. Uh, Other than that, I must say that the fall-off of the Mustang going from P3 in qualifying two to not, I think not even in the points in race two. Uh,
yeah. The Mustang was very unexpected, especially race pace. In as you said, in race two, Webelhaus uh, was. I thought it was going to be um, not an easy podium, but it could be kept as a podium. Like every time they lost a position, I was like, how is that happening? But it was very unexpected.
Yeah, and the resurgence of the BMW in race 2.
Yeah,
Is
in race
I
two, they felt like um, if you ever played on Assetto Corsa until like 1 month ago, the RSS made a almost every GT3 existing, every modern GT3 beside the Aston Martin Vantage and the BMW, and so there was URD, United Racing Design,
Yeah,
that made the BMWs. And if you go to and if you make those car race together in a track like Monza uh,
Red Bull
or a
Ring.
Norris Ring or the Red Bull Ring, where you have mainly start and stop corners, stop and start corners, and then straights, the BMWs just fly away. It felt like that for race two, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Also, we had the huge trouble for Gunon in race one. I almost
oh
forgot
yeah. What
with
happened?
the
Because
rear. I believe it was the rear right tire that wasn't well mounted, and or there was something um, uh, with the body of the car, but it just started smoking and slowed down. Yeah, it was very weird.
yeah, because him and Lucas Auer were really on track to get a win. I felt
Mhm.
like Jules Gunon could have gotten a win in race one if he didn't have that trouble.
Yeah. Also, we couldn't see a. Unfortunately, the race one also didn't give us the last lap fight that we should have got because of what happened to
Safety
Van
car,
der
yeah.
Linde
Yeah.
and the safety car. Yes, and so yeah, Landgraft racing was also extremely fast. The Mercedes were everywhere. They were super fast this weekend, and I'm very excited for next round at Zandvoort because it is so tight as a track, and so yeah, with that with the uh, aggressive. I'm sorry.
With the
With how
aggressivity.
yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
with how
how
aggressive the drivers are, I believe we will see very nice racing, but also we will see
lots of
some big
content
crashes.
and lots of
Yeah,
content.
and about big crashes, I believe we can go to another race that happened
Actually,
this weekend.
actually,
What?
I want to do some debate first,
Okay,
and
absolutely.
I've talked about I told you about it in a message.
Mm-hmm.
You see where I'm going, and
Yes, I see where you're going.
I want to explain to all of the viewers of the podcast that DTM for me with the recent addition to the GT3 program of BMW with a certain M2 touring car,
Mm-hmm.
brought it to spec on GT3. I think they should go back to the actual touring wagon master that's in their name. So
Yeah,
maybe
I
so ouch. So maybe bring a I don't know a Mercedes Class a Panamera GT3 spec, an Audi RS3. Even though Audi is not competing anymore, it's not doing any car anymore, and so that brings like Lamborghini did with the Urus a long time ago.
yeah,
Could
maybe like yeah, you can I mean they have these team these manufacturers do have the money and everything. Probably maybe like sort of for Lamborghini, sort of a Temerario, station wagon would be interesting. Like, or they could try to go back in time and make a car that it is once again a front engine race car. This because if we look at possibilities, basically these are all cars that would have a front engine base. Like you cannot take the 296 and make it station wagon, but they could use the Portofino. I believe this is the Portofino, the one that is
I've seen the either the Berlinetta, but I believe the Berlinetta is really old. It's a really old model. Or
the
I've told you the 312.
yeah
I've
uh,
seen there is
yeah
a
yeah yeah
sort of station wagon, but
or
also
the Ferrari or the Ferrari FF
but
could
also
be.
could bring even McLaren could develop a station wagon.
Yeah. Or also, uh, you told me the 812.
312, isn't it the
No, okay,
312?
because let's see it because I'm no the 312 is the Formula One car from the 1960s. So I believe you were talking about the 812 Superfast, and yes, it would be crazy good as a
Yeah,
crazy good looking. But yeah, I believe that the FF would be more in the spirit of actually a proper station wagon car, like a yeah, yeah, that kind of race of car and then race car. It would be very interesting if there is anyone from the Cost podcast that has is slightly good in modding for Assetto Corsa, and you could do something like that with the some cars. Give them you can give them like the same kind
Aero
of
GT3
physics of
has.
the
Yeah,
yes as a GT3 because all especially the BMW N3 Touring GT3 in the end has the same error coefficient almost and drag coefficient of the M4. So it is a proper GT3 car. It has also the same kind of performance. We could see also that in NLS4 where they came top 10 once again overall. It is a very good car. It is a car that has been well made actually.
yeah, and as I've said earlier, it brings back the Tourenwagen name from DTM, so
Yeah,
which is a series made for a session.
Tourenwagen car.
Yes, basically meaning session wagon car or in sort of
Tourism.
that,
Yeah,
yeah, tourism, in sort of that uh ballpark of cars, as we
yeah,
remember uh before class one, as we remember distinctly with the TT, the Opel Corsa, or it was the Astra.
yeah. Touring
One
and
of,
super touring.
yeah, one
Yeah,
of
the,
the
the
two.
the unfortunate part is that how the super touring became a thing, and they try to expand it too much and too more than too much, too fastly,
Yeah,
and the cost kept rising, and it was just unbearable for teams and manufacturers. So they were spending uh, almost as much as Formula One teams in order to keep being competitive.
yeah,
So
and
yeah,
now that they have a GT3 base, they could do those kind of stuff.
yeah. So, as we were saying, from talking to crashes to proper crashes, we had this weekend the one of the NASCAR races of the season with Talladega, baby.
Talladega Nights, even though it's
Yeah,
not at night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, you got me thinking. I thought about that some time ago. How is it called Talladega Nights if it's not in the night race? Like, bruv, why?
I don't
So
know.
yeah, we had a relatively calm race until the 180th lap, and then everything went down to okay. We got I got everyone said was like I gotta win this. The problem is that if you say so in NASCAR super speedway racing, as you get the big one in Daytona, also in Talladega you get that.
Yeah.
And I
Uh,
believe that everything started with when the number three was punted off in lot 181, and then from there we had almost the whole pack just being squeezed together and had a chance to take the win home and just went crazy.
yeah, I've seen the clip on TikTok, and I thought, well, how many cars have survived from that? And in the end, it turns out there were actually six, five in the front and one in the back. Somehow, one lucky guy got uh got the luck charm and passed everyone.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it really felt like first places of the how the Daytona 500 ended actually
yeah,
this year.
yeah, actually true. Uh, I don't know. You would have to talk about since it's your favorite series, and I unfortunately haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah. I'm oh,
the
okay. Favorite,
highlights.
favorite. It being a favorite series is a big, quite slightly of an overstatement, but I do really enjoy NASCAR racing because it is as simple as well as complicated as it can be. Because beside the super, every kind of racing in. Or every kind of over racing actually is very difficult because you have to keep the momentum, and these cars are heavy cars, no almost no downforce. So keeping momentum with these cars is extremely difficult. And yeah, I mean, it is crazy, and also the speed that they can reach shows why you have such big crashes, how close they are. And yeah, I mean, it was an unexpected. I mean, as well, it was an expected crash, as you're always gonna get the big one in Talladega, but it was unexpected of how many cars were involved in that crash. Like,
I think they were
yeah,
24 cars that got in the
yes,
crash.
yep.
And
It
yeah,
was,
as you said, also like uh everything can change at any moment, as we've seen uh with the big one with that car piled up.
yeah.
As
That especially that it was crazy how it happened because it was like in NASCAR. Everyone knows super speedway racing. You have the draft and you have bump drafting. That was a slight. It was that a slightly bit of a too much of a strong bunt from behind, and then bam, you have three. They were three wide, so three lanes, and in the back they were also four or five wide, and just everyone thought try to go away. But these cars, if you give them too much of a hit, a hit that is like too much unexpected, it just destroys. It just the whole flow of the car, and so it just goes down.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
it's 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 always like um going for to record this podcast. and looking for a series to talk about, I've started to kinda enjoy NASCAR racing.
Oh,
Wise,
finally.
yeah, wise. Uh, the other times I would say, they're running overs. I don't know what to expect. But yeah, I've been kind of enjoying watching overs, especially NASCAR. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying, and like even when I saw the clip, it was like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. It's really strange how it happened.
Yeah, because also from the outside you can see that are almost are
Ew.
very they feel like very light touches, like nothing that would do that. But you have to think that these cars are on the edge with how they're racing, and also everything goes down to getting that slow, like 1 or 2 kph faster than usual, and everything goes down, and you get the crashes like the one that we have. Crashes that do help sim racers to win races, because Carson Hocevar in this race won his first NASCAR Cup Series race, and I'm just so happy. He's a great guy. He deserves it as a person, I believe, and also as especially as a driver, because also this season he showed how fast he is in every kind of track. We had super speedways, short track, and normal speedways. Every time it was in extremely good spots. He was crashed out of some races, but still he's showing why he was there getting that race win.
Perfect. I believe we have run out of racing series.
Yeah, finally, kind of. Yeah.
Finally, kind of a quick recap. So uh, we conclude here this episode. I would say thanks for watching, and maybe see ya on the next one. Bye.
Yep. See ya.